This is the reward center of your brain. Every time you see a burger, hear the crinkle of a chip bag, or drive by a fast food restaurant, the reward center of your brain lights up. I used to actually believe I loved pizza. Nope. I've been trained to react this way. Billion-dollar food companies spend ridiculous amounts of money, more money than you and I could ever dream about, to wire our brain to crave junk food without us even knowing that they're doing it. This isn't about willpower. This is about manipulation. When I found out what I'm about to share with you, how our environment has been manipulated to hijack our cravings, the marketing to make us slaves to processed food. When I figured out that that's what caused me to just love pizza, it changed everything for me. And I'm certain it's going to change everything for you. I think you're going to be ready to walk away from junk food forever and reclaim control of your health. Now, I really want you to stick with me to the end of this video because the traps are everywhere and I'm going to try to point them out to you. Let's start with, in 2019, $625 million was spent in Canada to advertise junk food. In the US, they spent $14 billion same year. 30% of Canadians are obese, 42% in the US. 66% of Canadians therefore walk around overweight, 74% in the US. Now, if you need to see a specialist, it takes 30 weeks to get an appointment here in Canada. In the US, it's pay to play. That means if I can't afford it, I just don't see the specialist. There's billions of dollars being spent on this psychological warfare. They want to own my brain and make sure that not only do I crave garbage, but I eat as much of it as I possibly can eat, knowing that here in Canada, 30 weeks to see a specialist when my health fails. And in the US, if I can't afford to see a specialist, oh well, but they're making sure that I crave to eat non-nutritional stupidity. Wellness Warrior, how often do you see ads for healthy foods versus how often do you see ads for processed foods, fast foods, and stupid snacks? Processed garbage wins hands down. These companies want to make sure that despite the fact that you and I know that fresh food is what we should be eating, our brain is programmed to see garbage as just way more fun and what we should be thinking about 24/7. And they're willing to spend millions to make hundreds of millions. That makes sense to me. I will point out to you that if someone told me, Violet, for every time you spend $1, you will make $100, I would do that all day long. So what I'm trying to get you to see is that the $625 million spent in Canada, $14 billion in the US, understand that their return on that investment is probably tenfold, if not more than tenfold. Why? How are they able to make that much money just by showing us commercials? It's because you don't actually have to be paying attention to be paying attention. They're using psychology against us. We are constantly on alert, even when we're not knowing that we are, because in the world of keep Violet safe, my brain is constantly checking what's going on all around me. What that means is that when I'm driving down the street, my brain registers the McDonald's, even though I'm paying attention to the traffic. I don't have to look at the McDonald's to know that there was a McDonald's there. Why? Because I've been advertised by McDonald's that often. So whether it's a billboard, a restaurant, a product placement in a movie, it doesn't matter. I see it and it makes me feel like, hey, I would love to have a burger for supper tonight. And maybe I pop into the McDonald's closer to my house. They're constantly bombarding us with their products and teaching us that that's really what we want. That craving that you have for burgers and donuts because you think you love them, not because you love them, Your environment is actually designed to make you want their junk. These constant visuals and emotional cues are lighting up the reward center of your brain. They're triggering those cravings, just like that Pavlovian dog, right? Ding, want food. Ding, want food. I learned about that in university, and they have us trained the same way. We see the stuff, we hear the sizzle, we smell the smells, we want it. And because it's not good enough to just have the adults wanting to eat stupidity, they create jingles and cartoons to pull our kids into it even younger. It's actually kind of crazy that to this day, if I see Tony the Tiger, I think Frosted Flakes. If I hear once you pop, I know the end of that and I'm thinking Pringles. Before I understood all of this, that would have primed my brain to go get some cereal or some chips. And I'm super sorry for every wellness warrior that I'm triggering right now with all of these references and images. But I need you to keep in mind that the fact that I can trigger you by showing you these images or saying these words is exactly my point. You have been programmed. They're using our dopamine system against us, because dopamine not only gets me to anticipate positive from the actions I'm doing, but then it rewards me with positive when I do that behavior. What that means is, while I'm pouring the bowl of cereal, I'm anticipating how good it's going to taste. And then when I'm eating the cereal, it tastes good. And in both of those scenarios, I was getting the dopamine hit. These tactics work because we don't know about them. I'm pulling back the curtain, right? So that you can see that the pretty packaging, the sizzling sounds of the commercial, the happy customer, they're all an illusion, Wellness Warrior, all of them. Yes, I'm saying it's an illusion. Here's the example. Imagine that you're looking at me right now, and I'm going to insert my spouse right here. And you're watching me, and I'm being super nice to him. And I'm running off to, you want some water? I go get him some water. I'm hugging him, I'm kissing him, like, oh, you're amazing. And you watch me do all of that behavior. And then he runs off to the washroom. And you say to me, Violet, wow, I didn't know you loved your spouse so much. You just take such good care of him. If I were to say to you, oh my gosh, no. If I don't do that stuff, oh, he's horrible when I get home, and he's going to complain, and he's going to pout, and all of a sudden what I was doing didn't look so cute anymore, right? That's not Pat, though. He's terrific. My point is, companies paint us a picture of beautiful, delicious food that's carefree, fun, and brings nothing but happiness. When in fact, these fast foods and processed nonsense cause bloating, weight gain, and health problems. Now, if you made it this far into the video, I want you to comment, food companies suck, because they do. And also because it lets me know that you made it this far into the video. And I'm going to know now that you heard this part, which is that in order to win this war, we need to have the right tools. We can actually rewire our brains, Wellness Warrior. And in order to rewire our brain, we need to reset our palate. Yeah, our taste buds. Our taste buds have been trained on sweet and artificial flavors. Real food tastes bland in comparison. There's no competition. Keto and carnivore, they just naturally reset your palate. Removing ultra-processed foods allows your taste buds to be sensitive to the amazing flavors in healthy, real foods again. And I know. You might think that you actually want those sugary foods. But this is where I'm really wanting you to focus. You don't even realize that junk food creates these roller coaster spikes in our blood sugar that then pushes our body to send us out for food. So we need a pick-me-up. A lot of the time in the middle of the afternoon, that's when it would hit me. We need this pick-me-up. And because we've been trained on this food, we know that the cookie, the chocolate bar, the whatever insert, granola bar, whatever your junk food of choice was, chips, will give us that quick pick-me-up. So we think we want it. But in fact, Wellness Warrior, is your body trying to get some damn energy. Keto and carnivore stabilizes your blood sugar. It eliminates the wild swings and therefore reduces the physical push for quick energy. Imagine I eat real food and I have sustained energy. And my body isn't fighting with me and I'm not fighting with food. None of this works if you don't have the right mindset. So now that you're aware that companies are tricking you into eating yourself into poor health, right? They're doing that with marketing. They're doing that with environmental cues. You can stop them from hijacking your brain, right? And the way that we do that is we recognize the trick. Once you see the trick, it loses all its powers. So, as a kid, when I saw those commercials of happy families sitting around eating pizza, that helped ingrain in me that we connect around food, right? And this isn't just about the taste of food. There's that manipulation and programming. It's an emotional pull. I want to connect with my family. And what happened when I became an adult? For years, I treated my kids with pizza. I treated my kids with burgers, ice cream, fries, you name it. I treated them with that stuff because I was trying to connect. How do we connect today? What do? We bond around climbing, snowboarding, and healthy meals. Yeah. Our healthy suppers are still times when we discuss how our day is going, what we're planning for the weeks, and we still connect around healthy meals. This is not about reinventing the wheel, Wellness Warrior. This is about adjusting your actions to respect your body. But none of this is going to matter until you take action. So I'm encouraging you to unfollow any influencer who still encourages cheat meals or gives you excuses for why eating garbage occasionally is okay. Unfollow those people. They're not helping you to achieve the goal that you want for yourself, which is a healthy body that has regulated its weight, because that's what healthy bodies do. I want you to commit to eating keto or carnivore every single day. That means you're going to buy only healthy foods, and then you're going to eat those healthy foods. And I want you to plan ahead. When you're going out for a meal, make sure that the restaurant supports the way you're eating. If you're going to friends' houses or what, and you're going to be there around supper time, bring your food if you know that they don't eat like you. Do the things that allow you to stay on track. Because again, a healthy body regulates its weight. I really do want you to prioritize health over taste, because that's the thing that's going to help you to get control of your health and then control of your life. Because that's what this is about. Now, once you've done all that, you're going to see that you are not a victim of junk food. You're not. You have the power to rewire your brain to choose to nourish your body over being manipulated. Okay, so let's get out there and create an environment that supports our health goals by eating keto and carnivore every single day. And I really want to know what your biggest struggle is in this junk food environment we live in. How are these traps impacting you? Put in the comments below. And these are the videos that you want to watch next for anybody who's starting their keto journey. YouTube thinks everybody else will enjoy this one. Click on the link. I'll meet you over there.